All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to be walking through the installation process of VirtualBox from Oracle. This is a virtualization platform which allows us to use virtual machines, and we're also going to be downloading Kali Linux, which is the industry standard cybersecurity Linux distribution. So first we're going to take a look at VirtualBox. So if you want to download VirtualBox in order to use virtual machines, you're going to want to go to virtualbox.org/wiki/downloads, just like over here. And from there, you want to choose your operating system, whether you're on a Windows machine or a Mac OS machine or a Linux machine. So since I'm using Windows, I'm going to click on this link right here, Windows Hosts, and that's going to download the installation file over here. So let's go ahead and open up that folder. And it's going to ask us if we want to allow changes. That is the installation of the VirtualBox rather. And we click on yes, and it's going to run through the installation wizard. So all we need to do is click on next, and then next again, and then yes, and then yes, and then install. So as soon as VirtualBox has finished installing, we just need to unclick this one right here, Start Oracle VM VirtualBox, and then click on Finish. After that, we'll need to download the Kali Linux disk image before we can install it as a virtual machine on our system. So we go over to this website right here. So it's www.kali.org/get-kali/Kali-installer-images. So over here, you'll want to scroll down. Sorry, you're going to want to click on this Virtual Machines button right here. And then you'll want to scroll down until we can see the VirtualBox icon right here. And then we want to click on this button right here to download the image. We've already downloaded the image beforehand in our case, so we can find it in our downloads directory. So before we can use it, we're going to need to extract those files. So we're going to go over to our downloads directory, and we're going to find the file right here. So it's going to be Kali Linux 2024 1 VirtualBox AMD 64 in our case. So to extract this file, we're going to need to right click it and then choose the extract all selection right here. So we just need to click on extract, and it's going to take a little while to extract. So what we can do is we can start up VirtualBox in the meantime. So in the search bar, we can look it up, VBox or VirtualBox, this right here. So click on this. So inside of the VirtualBox manager, to create a new virtual machine, we're going to click on the New button right here. So click on New, and then we're going to run through the virtual machine creation wizard. So under Name, we just want to make this nice and identifiable. We're going to call this Kali Linux. And then for the rest of these options right here, we definitely need to make sure that the type is set to Linux. And for the version, we're going to click on the drop-down bar, and we're going to make sure it's Debian 64-bit, because that's the version of Debian that Kali Linux is. Okay, so after that, we want to click on Next. So for base memory, it's going to be, it looks like it's going to be 2 gigabytes of memory. So we can keep it like that. If you have a more powerful system, of course you can allocate more memory to the system. But in this case, 2 gigabytes should be okay. And for processors, if you have some processors to spare, I suggest setting the processors to at least 2, so that the virtual machine doesn't run too slowly. Okay, so after that, you want to click on Next. And for disk size, we don't need to assign a disk size right now. What we do is that we use an existing virtual hard disk file. So we want to click on that option. And then it says right now it says empty. We want to click on this. We want to click on this folder rather. And then we're going to add. So click on the add button. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to our downloads folder. So we're basically navigating to the folder where we extracted our Kali Linux image. So after navigating to that navigating to that folder, we see we have this file here, which is a virtual disk image, and this one is about 13.6 gigs in size. So we want to click on that, and then when we want to click on open. So after that, we just need to click on this button right here, which is labeled Choose. And then we want to click on Next. So the summary over here, just want to double check all of this. This looks good. We're just going to click on Finish. All right. So from here, we can start our virtual machine by clicking on the green Start button. And that's going to, so the virtual machine is going to take a little bit of time to initialize. So I'm going to resize it. So for people who haven't used Kali Linux before, the default username and password for Kali Linux is Kali as the username and Kali as the password. So just in case you wanted to, you were wondering about why you can't log in. So to log in as the Kali Linux user, so the username over here, this is the login screen. So the username is going to be Kali, and then the password is going to be Kali. So just click on Login. Okay, so before we finish up this tutorial, I'm going to point out a couple of highlights. So if you want to start up your web browser inside of your Kali Linux machine, you want to click on this keyboard shortcut, this shortcut right here, which is for Firefox. This is how you open up your web browser inside your Kali Linux machine. As well, you can click on this shortcut right here to open up your terminal. So the first thing you want to do, So I'm going to adjust this window right here, and I'm going to make it nice and opaque. So the first thing you want to do after you create your virtual machine, your Kali Linux virtual machine, is that you want to update the system. So update all of the software packages. So if you've downloaded the latest image, it should be fine. But we should be in the habit of doing this before we take a snapshot, anyways. So what we want to do is we want to become the root user first of all. So it's going to be sudo su to switch user to the root user, and it's going to ask for a password. Remember that the password is Kali, K-A-L-I. After that, we can update and upgrade all the packages for the system, and you do it in this way. So it's apt update -y, and we want to add another command over here with the double ampersand. It's going to be apt upgrade -y. So what this is going to do is going to update all the packages on the system, and then it's going to update all of the software on the system. So if you're not working as the root user when you input this command, you're going to have to use the sudo command in front of all of this. So we're going to be getting going with our hack the box walkthroughs in just a little bit. But I wanted to take the time before that to show people how to install Kali Linux as a virtual machine on their system, because that's how we're going to be accessing Hack the Box. We're going to be using a Kali Linux virtual machine. So this shouldn't take too much longer, because this is a pretty current version of Kali Linux. So there's not much to update as far as there's not much to update as far as upgrading the system is concerned. But you want to make sure to do this before we take a snapshot of the system. Okay, so that looks like this might take a little bit of time, so I'm not going to waste too much of your time on the stream by doing this, but I'm just going to say, so the first thing you want to do when you want to install Kali Linux, the first thing you want to do is you want to download and install VirtualBox. And then after that, you want to download the Kali Linux image from the kali.org website. And then you want to create the Kali machine. After you created the Kali machine, you definitely want to update the system before you take a snapshot of the machine. And then after you've taken a snapshot, you can always revert to the snapshot in case anything bad happens to your virtual machine.
Hey there, Hacker Frogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button. And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.